to be here. Sorry, go ahead. Don't worry. So let's jump into the topic of the day. So how to create a luxury brand that obsesses your audience. Ah, okay. Thank you. So for those who don't know me, my name is Amandine Steppe. I come from Bordeaux, France, and I'm currently based in Los Angeles, California. I have over 14 years of experience as a luxury branding expert, and I'm the founder of Next House of Luxury Branding since March 2018. What I do is creating multidimensional, world-class, and memorable haute couture brands for female CEO, usually working on luxury brand strategy, brand creation, and brand management. And what I do with my clients is working on their brand identity, their CEO image through photo shoots, and their brand experience, usually using 5 senses, especially when people are working online, which is a really interesting thing in order to become remarkable on a saturated market. And I work with female exclusively with CEOs, coaches, consultants, therapists, healers, usually spiritual entrepreneurs. What we will see today together is first, what is a luxury brand? A second point, why luxury is or is not a perfect positioning for your brand. And the last point, how to create your own luxury brand. So first of all, what is a luxury brand? It's a brand offering products, services, usually expensive, sophisticated, exclusive, and frequently tailor-made. Tailor-made is usually the big difference between premium brand and luxury brand. Premium brand are usually not a standardized product that are made better than others competitors on the market, and a luxury brand is usually offering tailor-made products or services. What we see today is that clients have new expectations around brands and around luxury brands. So these brands need to evolve by having, for example, a strong and attractive legend relative to the founder and the brand's creation. What I call legend, we will see that after, it's a strong story. It's not even a story, it's now a legend. Like we have, for example, Olivier Rousteing, the creative director at Balmain, and we will talk about this later. But yeah, creating the legend of your company is really important for your clients. They are also expecting a powerful and engaged brand pillars, such as a deep mission, an ambitious vision, strong values. We can use the example of the luxury brand Jacquemus with the founder Simon Porte Jacquemus, whom he's carrying really strong values of tolerance. He's fighting for LGBTQ plus rights, and he's like, yeah, he's really carrying these values, and this is what people are usually expecting today, brands that are engaged. The last point is also talking about that more commitments to deal with emerging societal standards and new customer expectations. We see a lot of luxury brands who are dealing with green actions. And for example, Porsche, the car brand, who is now building electric engines, even if it's not at the beginning the characteristic of the car, they are introducing electric engines in order to answer to a strong desire of their clients. And the last point is that audience and clients are expecting a lot of customization and multisensory experiences through the branding. So this is why, for example, you have in hotels, in luxury hotels, you have tailor-made fragrances, because it's enveloping the clients and it's immersing the client into a really deep brand universe that is considering the 5 senses. And this is why people are especially when brands are online, they are expecting more than just an offer, and this is what we will see together. So my first question here is, does the vision of luxury Does this vision of luxury match the idea you had of it? Can you tell us, Nakimuli?
I actually didn't even have any idea of what luxury is. That's why I came to just learn more. I had never heard of the term luxury brand, so it intrigued me.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your answer. Yeah, and usually we are talking here about luxury brands, and luxury is a positioning for your business. And to me, this is my truth. With what I saw with my clients, you have 4 positioning. You have the low cost positioning, the mainstream positioning, the premium positioning, and the luxury positioning. And to me, you also have a 5th one, which is the ultra luxury positioning. But we will not talk about this because it's like a really small piece of the market. And so just to be quick, low cost is where you have price really under the average of the market, and you are basing your branding strategy and your brand strategy and your business strategy on making volume in order to make money. You have the mainstream positioning, who is like around the average price of the market. You are also counting on making volume in order to make money. Then you have the premium positioning. The premium positioning is taking your product or your service and doing better than the market, so pricing a little bit more, but not doing tailor-made offers, and price are above the market, but not a lot. And then you have the luxury positioning, which is like where you can find exclusive products, exclusive service, really sophisticated, tailor-made offers, and with the price really above the market with no limit. So now what we will see together is why luxury is or is not a perfect positioning for your brand. So we can say that it's for you if your expertise allow you to position yourself as a leader in your market. Luxury brands are created by people who have a really strong expertise in what they are doing and who are really excellent at what they are doing. The second point is that luxury is for you if you know that you have something exceptional to bring on the market. So a huge talent, an innovative vision, but you have something to bring to the world. The third point is that you want to make your unique voice and message heard. You have something to tell, you have something to show, and you just don't care. You need to tell it to the world, and this is usually why luxury brands are created. You are also not afraid of over-delivering, and excellence is your bare minimum. Because this is the core of a luxury brand. This is excellence. You also have standards and really high expectations. You can also push your limit, because this is what luxury clients are usually doing. They are paying exceptional fees, so they are expecting exceptional ideas and work. And usually, as the budget is not the limit, you need to make your brain work in order to find super idea and innovative things. So you just need to be ready to do that. And then you are not afraid to move forward quickly with highly demanding clients, because yeah, over delivery is also at the core of luxury brands. And at the contrary, luxury is not for you if you want to work or you want to help everybody. This is not what luxury is made for. Luxury is exclusivity. Luxury brands are really exclusive, and luxury brands are made to work with a small part of the population. It's not for everybody. And so this is what you want to do if you want to save the world and work with everyone. Unfortunately, maybe it's not for you. Another point is luxury is not for you if you just can't stop stalking your competitors or being inspired by them. Because usually luxury is not made to do like everybody. And usually luxury brands are not even watching what competitors are doing. They just don't care, because luxury brands are not made to follow trends. They are creating the trends. Luxury brands are trendsetters. So if you are stalking your competitors, if you are inspired a lot by them, maybe it's not a good option for you. It's also not a good option if you are selling a product without any additional value. If you are just a reseller, if you are not doing anything more than just buying the products and then selling it as you bought it, you really need to add a value and your own value if you are creating a luxury brand. You really also need to be confident on what you bring on the table. You need to know your talent. You need to know your value in order to promote it as a luxury brand. It's also not a good option for you if you want to make high volume, or if you just want to deliver the bare minimum. Also, as I told you previously, over delivery is usually a big point in luxury brands. So if you just want to do the bare minimum, unfortunately, maybe it's not for you. As I told you previously, if you are doing the same thing as your competitors, it's also not a good option for you. If you have not worked yet on what makes you more exceptional than average or than your competitors, maybe before starting creating your luxury brand, you need to work on that. And maybe the most important thing, if you want to create a luxury brand just because you want to make more money, I swear to you that it's not a good idea. It's really, really not a good idea, because it's really much more. Creating a luxury brand is really much more than just doing high prices and finding this kind of clients. It's really much more. It's working with highly demanding people. It's over delivering. It's always looking for excellence. And if your goal is just making money, forget about it. So my questions are, do you get more clarity right now about your positioning? And do you think that this luxury positioning can fit with your business? Who want to start?
I think when it comes to luxury, it can feel really overwhelming, especially if you're in a certain place in your business where you've just started or you've only been in it a few years. But what I love about learning about luxury brands is that we can take what they're doing, like the excellence you talk about, and bring that excellence into what we're doing now and become a luxury brand now in a way, in the way that we do business and the way we interact with people and the way we set up everything in our business can have that luxury feel right now. We don't have to wait for 10 years down the road to create a luxury business. I don't know if you agree, but I think that you can create excellence and luxury right now if you choose to create that quality right now. So that's what I love about luxury and learning more about the businesses and examples. I think you can become it right now in your business, no matter where you are.
Yeah, and I agree with you with the fact that sometimes when you start a business, you don't have this confidence in you to go ahead and like create your first $10K offer and everything, but you can already infuse that kind of luxury mindset in your business and go like step by step in order to build your business around the years in order to reach that point.
I just want to add, sorry, I missed the first part of it. I wasn't on until I realized I was missing it. That when I, kind of do some research on luxury, it's very interesting that, I love what you said about like, don't get into luxury if it's about making more money, because it's definitely not about that. It's more strategic. Mm-hmm. And like you said, you're catering to a higher expectation from your clients. But one of the things I found really interesting about luxury was that it's more bespoke and customized and individualized and concierge, but not premium, right?
Mhm.
So premium is probably even better than luxury, right? Which was so interesting to me because luxury is it's almost like a personality, right? It's a acquired taste, if you may, if I could use that, right? Because premium is about getting the best at the best price, at the best service, at the best quality on a mass market,
Mhm.
right? And luxury, people confuse that to be luxury, and it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luxury is customized and unique and scarce, and there's a one of a kind and, handmade and bespoke, which is then why you pay more because it's harder to cater to that when it's not so streamlined that you can do mass market. So like you said, it's very hand holding and very concierge. So it'll take up a lot of your time, which is why you have to charge more. So
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I wasn't clear when I said that, but when I talk about the different positioning, to me, premium is doing the same thing than your market, but better. You
Mhm.
are doing better than what exists today in your market, and this is why you are pricing more. You can price more, especially because you put innovation in your product, or because you are using better quality products. And luxury is absolutely not considering the market. Luxury is just paving their own way, and they are not looking what others brands are doing, and that's it. And what I see with my clients is that sometimes they are afraid to use the word luxury, and they are more using like premium or high-end brand, because the word luxury sometimes scares people by all the things that are understood behind the word, like the tailor-made things, the bespoke products, the super high quality, the over delivery and everything. But that's important to understand that yes, premium is not luxury, and because usually it's not bespoke, it's not handmade and craft and everything.
Right. And just as an example, and I love this talk, so I'm happy I jumped on to be a part of it. Like Rowan is here, and Rowan does custom bakery goods, right? So someone like Rowan would, in my opinion, Rowan, you would say, well, my business is very custom and handmade and all those things. So technically, I could have a luxury brand when it comes to the spoils of sweets, right? The connoisseur of sweets, people that love that, like my spouse, like they're just a sweet tooth person, and cater to that person, but cater in a way like, because when you eat something like that, chocolate or whatever, you're treating yourself, right? Because you're not supposed to eat that all the time. So in a way, her brand could very much be luxury more than it would be premium, because premium would be, mass market of like, you'll be putting out a whole bunch of cookies and cupcakes and all that stuff. And that's not really the kind of business you're gonna, at least not yet, right? So that's what you mean, right, Amandine?
Yes, yes. Really, so custom-made goods or products or services are a part of the luxury brand. You have a lot of others elements that we will see right after, but yes, it could totally be like considered as a luxury brand if her brand is also matching with the others elements, such as the price, such as the strong brand image.
Yeah, the packaging, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Experience,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And for example, if we are taking this example, if we talk about a premium brand, we could say that this bakery brand would not do tailor-made recipes, but the brand could use like super quality products like milk from the farm and organic eggs and maybe recycled packaging, organic, or everything. But yes, in order to be luxury, it must like answer customers' needs and expectation and specific from each clients. Yeah.
Right.
Is there any questions? No?
I don't
Yes.
see some heads nodding, that's all. So,
Okay, let's continue. So now the third part is, so how to create your luxury brand. Obviously, we are seeing few points. I could talk about this like for days, so it's really short and straight to the point. If you have any question at the end, let's talk about this. But be sure that these are a general part, but it's not all the detailed points, because we would stay together for like maybe a week in order to talk about that. So the first one, and maybe one of the most important, the key factor according to me, is emotion. Because luxury brand and luxury, it's about selling a vibe, a feeling, and an emotion. It's absolutely not answering a need. Luxury brand is about answering a desire, a dream, a fantasy about your client. Don't forget that when you need a car, you buy a Ford, and when you desire a car, you buy an Aston Martin. No one buy an Aston Martin or a Lamborghini just because they need a car to commute from home to work. Or we don't have the same job, but usually no one have a deep desire about a Toyota Prius, for example, but you have people who are dreaming their whole life about some kind of Lamborghini or some kind of Aston Martin. That's really important. When you want to create a luxury brand, you need to think about desire, dream, fantasy, and not about pain points or needs, basic needs and everything. And usually what it's important to remind is how people feel when they are around your brand. How do all your clients feel when they buy your brand? Can you imagine the difference between buying a handbag at Zara and buying a Birkin from Hermes? How do you feel by buying this $20,000 bag? You feel that you are part of the group, you are part of the company, you are part of the history. So what are your clients are part of when they own a piece of your brand? This is what you maybe need to keep in mind when you are creating your brand. So the first point is working on your foundations. So you need to work on your vision, a clear vision of where you want to go with your brand on short, middle, and long terms. It's also important, and even more important on these days, to work on your company's mission. What is your why? Why are you doing that? You are not doing that. You are not creating a luxury brand, a business just to make money. There is something more, really more important in order to impact the world. Why do you want to impact the world, and what do you want to do? You also need to work on your values. So what kind of values are important for your company? For example, for my own company, values are freedom, boldness, elegance, and excellence. And this is values that I can see everywhere into my company, on my website, on my work ethic, for example. So don't be afraid to define these values and to create content around that in order to show your clients and your audience how you are working. Another important point is your unique selling proposition. So what are you doing in an incredible way better than anybody else? What are you providing to your clients? What are you exceptional at? And to finish with the foundations, you really need to work on a defined strategy to visualize the path to reach your vision and to know where to start and what to do in order to get this path easier for your brand. Now, the second point is the brand legend. So we talked about that before. So don't forget that mainstream, low cost, and even some premiums companies are just telling a story. Luxury brands are telling a legend. And you have some premium brands who are also telling a legend. For example, Apple with Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs has a huge legend around him. So, you know, the famous story of the guy who just started working in his house between two boxes and became a genius. So this is what we want to do. This is what we want to create with our luxury brand. We want to create this amazing legend. And as I told you previously about Olivier Roustin at Balmain, so he is the creative and the artistic director of the brand. And if you don't know him, Olivier Roustin is French, and he was adopted in Africa when he was a small boy. He was raised in my city in Bordeaux, and then now he's just managing this amazing fashion brand, Balmain. And one of his best friends is Rihanna, so, and Kim Kardashian. So he is telling that legend from this small boy from Africa to this amazing creative spirits in America, and this is really inspiring. And you are also creating a brand legend because you want to generate emotion and empowerment through this storytelling to increase the sense of belonging and the desire. You have the desire to be part of the family, to be part of the social group, to be part of the adventure. This is what luxury brands are working on when they are creating the legend. And as we talked about it previously, when you have an Hermes Birkin bag, you have this amazing feeling to be part of a kind of social group, an exceptional group of people who were able, first, to earn that kind of bag, and two, to be chosen, to be the chosen one by the brand, to be offered to buy the bag, which is not offered to everybody. The third point, which is also really interesting and important, is creating your brand personality. With luxury brands, it's important to work on a captivating and charismatic brand personality, because we need to create a brand that people love or hate. There is no gray zone with luxury brand. You need to really find your tribe, and you need to cleave to unchained passions, because the gray zone would never start a war. You see what I mean? People need to have huge feelings and huge emotions, and you are not here again to work with everybody and to be loved by everybody. You need to really find your tribe. And this is why luxury brands are not talking to everybody. If we see, for example, the example between Aston Martin and Lamborghini, these two brands are talking to people who have a lot of money to be able to get this type of car, but they are absolutely not talking about the same to the same persons. So what is important, and what we saw also previously, is that you can fight for your causes. You can take authentic positions in order to inspire loyalty and leave an indelible mark in the heart of the consumers. And this is also why people will love or hate your brand. This is why people will fight for your brand, and this is when you will find your crew. And while working on your brand personality, don't forget to work on your brand voice, because this is whole part of your branding, like vocabulary, the tone of voice. Will you use like a really formal tone of voice? Will you use a really close and stressless tone of voice? Will you use gimmick with your audience? Really work on that brand personality, because this is a huge part of your brand, and this is how people will fall in love with your brand. The fourth point is brand identity. So as you can imagine, with my work, I could talk about this like for hours. But few points, don't forget to get a clean, consistent, and refined visual identity, especially if you are starting, especially if you are doing this by yourself. Just do it clean, really simple. If you don't have money to earn someone to do that for you, please don't try to make things complicated. Do not look for a complicated name. You already have a name. You have your own name. And look at Yves Saint Laurent, Chanel, Jean-Paul Gaultier. All these brands, they are just using the name of the founder. So if you feel like you are blocked because you cannot find an amazing name for your business, keep it simple. Take your own name, create a clean and refined visual identity, not a lot of fonts, not a lot of color palettes, and just keep it simple. Sorry. Another really important point is please do not follow trends. Luxury brands are trendsetters. I see so many brands that are following the trends, and these brands become dated. Like in the next few years, your brands can be recognizable as a brand created in 2015, for example. In 2015, 2016, we had a lot of brands created with pink marble and pink gold and feathers and peonies. And honestly, when you see these brands today, you can totally define that these brands were created around 2015 and 2017. And this is not the goal of the luxury brand, because you want to create timelessness. You want to create a legacy in order to transcend trends and years. So this is really important to keep it simple. And to finish with the brand identity, don't forget that even if you don't want it, you are by definition the face of your business. So you also need to be careful of your own vocabulary, your own style, your own behaviors. Ideally, you could do photo shoots in order to represent well your company. But please don't forget that if you want it or not, you are and you will be associated with your brand. So if you are representing your own luxury brand, don't go in front of the camera with cheap nailed, with greasy hair, like getting out of the bed in a wardrobe or anything. If you are representing your brand, you need to be careful of this. The fifth point is about clients. Of course, you need to have in mind a deep definition of your ideal clients in order to know your audience and to generate these strong emotions that we talked about previously. You need to really understand their desires, their dreams, instead of their needs, because as we said, luxury brands are not about needs. The goal for you is also to create a community of advocates, for example, people who will refer you and will do positive word of mouth. And you can also use genuine testimonials for your brand's credibility. It's huge when you can use this kind of testimonials in order to promote your brand, especially when you are promoting your luxury brand. Also, don't forget that when creating a brand like that, you need to be patient, because the sales cycle is longer than when you are promoting a low-cost product. Obviously, it's easier to get your first client when you are selling a $25 product, instead of if you are selling a $10,000 consultancy, for example. So don't forget to be patient. And usually high-end contracts are taking time, and sometimes it can be signed in 1 hour. I had client who signed like 5 figures contract in 1 hour, but it's not the same for everyone. So don't forget to be patient. And yes, you need to be patient, but the reward at the end is obviously bigger than when you are working on a low cost or a mainstream brand. And don't forget also with your luxury brand to engage with your clients beyond transaction. You need to nurture the relationship all year long, even if the person hasn't buy yet in your company with your company. Don't forget to again to over deliver, like for example sending a card for their birthday or a small gift if the person is already your client. Maybe sending a note when your client just had a baby. You have a lot of events and moments in the year when you can nurture this relationship in order to show to your client that the person is exceptional to you and that you are caring about the person. Another point is about your offers. So now we are also talking about money with the luxury offers that you can create. Don't forget to work on few specific offers to innovate and revolutionize with your own genius. Don't forget that you are here to bring new things to the market, to bring things that you have in mind, not to bring things that your competitors already did and just here in order to make things better. No, you are here to pave your own way. So don't be afraid even if it's innovative, even if it's never seen, go ahead and follow your intuition. Don't forget to choose your price in accordance with your positioning. And don't forget that luxury is not made for everybody. I'm not telling you right now to go from $500 to 10K, but don't forget that this could be your goal because you are creating a luxury brand. If you don't feel aligned with a really, really, really high price, don't go there, but start increasing step by step in order to get to this objective, to this goal, and to get a price aligned with your positioning. It's really important to see that your prices are aligned with your positioning, because if the prices are not, you will create a doubt in the head of your audience. For example, if you are saying that you have a luxury coaching business, and if you are selling a session at $50, and if you are saying that you are revolutionizing your client's life, it's not logical. You cannot revolutionize someone's life by just doing a $50 session. So people will have a doubt, like, it's the same that, can I get a Ferrari for $5,000? No, there is a doubt because people will say, that's weird. Maybe it's a scam. Maybe it's not efficient. It's the same. So you really need to get your prices aligned with your business and your offers. Don't forget again to answer to a desire and a dream instead of a need. Don't forget also to cultivate exclusivity and rarity. This is exclusivity, as we saw before, is is a part of the luxury brand. So the price is also working with the exclusivity, as your prices are higher than the average prices on the market. You are making a kind of selection on your clients, but you can also work on that with limited edition offers by making a selection of your client, by doing VIP offers, wait list, by doing 100% bespoke offers. So you are just customizing the offers to each client. And so it also explains why your prices are higher on the market. What you also need to work on is to offer seamless experiences. This is exactly why rich clients are paying for. They are paying for a seamless experience. They are paying for a simplicity. When people are paying someone to organize their holidays on a yacht, what they are paying first is simplicity. They just don't want to manage anything. what they want is to pay and to get their holidays. This must be the same for you. Make their life easier. This is also what they are paying for. Don't forget, obviously, to deliver an exceptional value and prioritize, never compromise on quality. And the core of the luxury business is to go above and beyond to meet your audience expectation, to over deliver, and to give them a stunning experience. You can also do that. You can also create this stunning experience by thinking about your offers as immersive and unforgettable experience. This is how the persons will get a long-lasting memory when working with you. So you can include like working on the 5 senses. You can include surprises, a stunning onboarding with the client, an amazing outboarding. And by working on all these points that a lot of people is currently forgetting on your market, you will be noticed. And this is how you will be remembered by your clients. The last point, and this is overall advice is for you. The first one is staying confident. Stay confident in your specific talents. And I know that sometimes it can be overwhelming or it can be difficult because nothing happens and you are waiting and you are working so hard. Don't forget why you're here and what you're excellent at. And don't forget that it takes time, but you will succeed. Don't forget also that you are unique. So stop looking at your competitors. Do not stick to your market. Looking at your competitors, especially when you have doubts, is the best way to get even more depressed and to just start crying because you are starting comparing yourself and maybe feeling how shitty you are. But no, you are unique. So stop looking at your competitors and go ahead, do your things and do what your intuition is telling you to do because you're right. Don't be afraid to be disruptive and don't be afraid to create new things. This is what clients are expecting for when they are working with a luxury business. Don't be afraid to take risk in order to create your own legend and pave your own way. This is usually linked with the fact that being disruptive. When you are being disruptive, you are usually taking a risk by offering this kind of things to the world. Don't forget to lead your business toward excellence, no matter what. Don't forget to keep inside of you this deep desire to serve your client instead of just making money. You need to love serving your clients if you want to do luxury. And the last point is stay focused on everything, on every detail, because excellence lies in the detail. When you will elevate every touch point of your brand, when you will stay consistent on everything you will do, you are doing more than maybe 70, 80% of the other person in your industry. So don't forget that excellence lies in all the details. And my last questions for you are, right now, do you feel ready to create your luxury brand? And if no, what might be holding you back from doing it? Everyone is asleep.
I think one of the hardest parts about
Did I lose everyone?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Amandine? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
I would say the hardest part of creating a luxury brand, I think, is the patience. I think that's really hard. I think that's just really hard in general with business, is to have the income you want, or to have the, pricing you want to offer and all those things. I think what can deter us from being an excellent brand to becoming a luxury brand is actually, sorry, is actually trying so hard to make money and to bring the money in. And I love how you said, I was about to type it in the chat, but serving over, right? Loving to serve instead of just making the money. And you'll see that in more mature businesses where they've, in the beginning, you just want to make the money, you need to make the money. That's really exciting. And then you realize, oh, there's a whole other way to love your business, which is to serve in the way that you love to serve in your business. And I think when you make that shift, there's just so much more excellence and so much more, that luxury feel that comes into your business. And so when you feel that and you feel that love to serve, it makes more sense to create a luxury brand when serving them at a higher capacity is going to make a bigger transformation for them, right? And a better experience for them. And so I think it's just a really great path for those of us that really want to serve really big in really big ways and really excellent ways. I would just say that's always the hardest thing is the patience over time, but it's always the little things.
Yeah, it is. And what is also hard is keeping in mind that when you are starting and when people are telling you, oh my God, you're too expensive, and like do not reduce your price or discount your price just because you're afraid of not signing that client. Yeah, maybe you are expensive for that person, but you will meet maybe next week someone who will be able to pay more than the current person you have in front of you. And you will also learn through your path how to adjust your price, because you will discover how much value you are able to give to your client and how amazingly you can serve your client. And this is also how you will learn how to raise your prices and even get more clients in order to continue in your business path. So yeah, the patience is maybe the most difficult. I know that I'm a Leo and I'm so impatient, so I know that, but yeah, I have my company now for 6 years and it's always hard to wait and maybe wait some answers and everything. It never goes away.
Yeah. Well, because when your prices are that higher, brands presented that way, there's a lot less coming in, right? There's not that volume of a million inquiries and things like that. And so I love how you said, yeah, saying no to lowering prices. I think that's something a lot of people have told me, not clients, but other people who struggle with raising prices is that feeling that you're not able to serve that person. So you feel like you're putting them out because they can't afford you or because they spend too much money on you. And what's great about entrepreneurship and just business in general is that there's going to be someone that can help someone in all different markets. So I like how you say that there's never like a bad market to be in. It's where it aligns with you. But if a fear is, raising your prices and you can't serve people that can't afford you, there's going to be someone that can serve somebody at what they can afford. There's always going to be someone there that can do that. And so you're never putting someone out. You're never there's opportunity everywhere. And so I think that's a fear I hear from people too is, well, if I raise my prices, then I can't serve everybody. And I want to serve everybody. But the thing is, we're one person and there's a lot of other people, one person individuals that are going to help other people. But I think it's all about channeling our, potential and our, individual, like our uniqueness, right? And what we love to do. And when we do that, the more we do that, we serve the just right clients. Because like how you said, right, we have to wait. And sometimes those people, they're going to be the right fit for us. They're not just going to be anybody, right? And I think that's when we do our best work, our most creative work is when we wait for that person or allow that person to come in and we can serve them. Because there's nothing like, having an unaligned client or a client that just does not vibe with you or doesn't. I'm sure some of you on here have had that experience. And so I think when there's patience and waiting, we attract the right people.
And what I also learned in my entrepreneurial business is that the price is usually not the real reason. Usually it's not the real answer. A lot of people are telling you, oh my God, I would love to work with you, but you are so expensive. This is out of my budget. Okay. Few years ago, I created a kind of offer, less expensive, including less things in my offer, but I was like, oh, so many people want to work with me, and I am not affordable, so maybe I can try to create something for them. And when I created something for them, it was again not enough. It was too expensive, and sometimes you just need to realize that it's not about the money. It's just because you are not in front of the right person. You are not in front of your ideal client. Maybe you are talking to a person who is not prioritizing what you are doing right now for her business, for example, and that's okay. And just do not lower your standards and do not lower your prices because you think that a lot of people will buy if you are lowering your prices. It's not, it's wrong. I swear to you, I tried it, it's wrong. It's just that you just don't have the right person in front of you. And whatever you can do, the person will not buy. So that's it. And it's not a priority also sometimes. And you see that with smartphones. Some people don't have $1,500 to work with you, but if they broke their iPhone tomorrow, they will go to the shop and buy cash the iPhone. Why? Because the iPhone is useful in their life. It's a priority. Your offer is not a priority, and that's okay. And a lot of times people are just telling you, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the budget right now. But if they just broke something in their house, in their car, and which is something that is more useful for them, they will find the money. So don't lose your time with that person. That's not their budget. Okay, you are not in front of the right person, and that's it.
You guys want to answer any more questions? I can really, if you're still on.
Yeah, so like with me, since I am a home baker, I've had to change my prices, like when flour goes up, when eggs go up, or when chocolate chips or things go up. So I kind of in a different wheelhouse than you guys are in, but I've had some clients that give me a budget, so then I try to work around their budgets to saying, okay, you guys can get X amount for this. Does this work? So
Yeah, I love that.
Hmm.
Really good. Yeah, I think it's really great also when it comes to like creating a luxury brand is like kind of like what Rowan was saying, is always assessing, you know, the work you're doing, what you're doing to build up the fan experience. You know, what have you invested in your business that ups the cost, or into the, you know, I think a lot of us just kind of have a service and we're like, just someone needs to be getting this service or this product. But I think when there's mindfulness or awareness to, okay, you know, I'm going to do this within my service or my product and up level it in this way at this time. Okay, now I'm going to raise my prices. That's gonna support that. Or maybe I'm getting super high demand. Let's say I have like baked goods, like Rowan has, maybe she has like a super crazy high demand. Maybe she comes viral on TikTok or something. And all this, like everyone wants her goods because they're so good. You know, then that means you have such a high demand now, you have to start raising your prices because you can't support that demand. So I love, you know, being able to continually look at your service, look at your product and be like, okay, how can I up level this? What needs to change? You know, according to the market, according to how my business is showing up and everything. So I think it's just really great in general to really continually be aware of your service and how to make it the best it can be, and make sure you're checking, like, I think the whole other thing is the numbers, but also your energy, your time, your priorities, and what matters most in your business. And is this supporting you or serving you, or do you have no time for anything, right? When it comes to this service or product. So
Yeah.
And it is the beauty of a luxury brand, is it does give you a lot more time to pour into each client, which I think that's what I love so much, is you have so much more time. You know, whenever I raise my prices in my photography business, I can just create so much more in an experience and do something that no one else is doing because I have the capacity to do so. So it's really great goal to get there. And when you get there, it feels really great. You have a lot more time and a lot more energy and a lot more creativity. It doesn't really confine you or limit you when you're able to be in this arena.
Yeah. And what you said, Dana, about raising your prices make you able to spend more time with clients. What is also important to say is that raising your prices allow you to have less clients, to take care of them in a better way, and also get the time for you to train more, to get new competencies, to get new expertise, or to become better at what you are doing by training continuously and learning new things and getting the best training, because you are getting more money to invest on yourself. And this is how your business can still evolve while you are doing luxury brand, because this is how you get better and you stay on top by getting training every time along the year and having that time, because you are earning a lot of money to take care of a lot of less people than your competitors. So you have the space to become better and stay on top.
Yes, love that. Awesome. Anybody else? Yeah. It's a great discussion.
I have a question. What exactly is bespoke offers?
It will depend. What is your activity? What are you doing? What is your business?
I am a Christian mindset coach that helps Christian entrepreneurs to align their business with God for more peace and clarity.
Okay. For example, a bespoke offer could be 100% tailor-made offer to your client with a one-on-one session. For example, a client could come to see you and you can create for your client a 2-day VIP event, for example, in a nice hotel with activities and a coaching session and maybe a massage time and then another coaching session and maybe the idea is to create something just for your client. This is what a bespoke service is about.
Yeah, so like when I think, okay.
Oh, no, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, when I think of your business, you're talking about, yeah, helping Christian entrepreneurs. So, you know, what Amandine was saying is, you know, having an in-person experience is very high level, very, you know, especially when you're talking about spirituality, right? Being in person with somebody to study, to, you know, discuss doctrine, to discuss, you know, how you can bring those Christian values into their business, specifically to them. And so when Amanda's talking about in person, you're able to have a way different experience than online. Online, you can get to a point, right? You can get to a certain point with progress, but in person and creating that experience where someone feels, you know, taken care of, where someone feels relaxed. And when I talk about creativity, when we have creativity flows really when there's a lot of space to do so, when we don't feel pressured and all these other things kind of like compound down on us. And the same thing with spirituality or being in tune with God, right? And so when you create that experience where someone can feel the spirit in a really quiet and you know, quiet, peaceful place and feel in tune with their intuition and with their creativity, then right, you're creating this really unique experience for somebody. And so I love how Amandine was explaining that and just, you know, specific to you and your business and how that would feel for your client and how you would get more transformation for them because they're able to tune into all those things to then create the business that they need to create and create that foundation just in 2 days, right? So I hope that helped you, give you some more ideas with that.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Yeah, you can have in your business like standardized offers, like for example, an online program that you can, you can run automatically without you. You can just sell, for example, a $97 offer with a program made for your clients, and everyone will have the same. And when you have bespoke offers, you are creating the specific program just for your clients. This is what it is, bespoke.
And then
Is there,
go ahead.
oh.
I was gonna ask you a
Is-
question, just go.
is there a minimum price point when it discussing a luxury brand? Or is it any price point with just having those different layers of having the more personalized experience?
There is, it's really complicated because it's according to your business, to what you are doing, what you are offering. Honestly, I cannot answer right now. And it's also how you are aligned with this price. Imagine if today I'm telling you, okay, now you are doing your coaching session, $2,000 per hour, because to me, it's the minimum that you can price for this session. Maybe you will not feel aligned with that because you will feel the fear inside of you. You will maybe think, oh my God, this is too much. I'm not comfortable with that. And if I tell you it's 2,000, it may be a mistake for you right now to put that price because it's not aligned with your business, with what you do and everything. So the idea is just you to just test, put this price, feel, the idea is to feel aligned with what you are doing, feeling okay with the fact that you are pricing more than you were pricing before, but at the same time feeling really rewarded by what you are pricing because it's aligned with the value that you are bringing to your customers. I'm sorry, I cannot right now tell you, oh, you need to price $2,000 per session, because I don't know your business. I don't know your positioning right now. I don't know. It's really particular. This is what I work on with my clients when we are working on one-on-one bespoke session. No, so just feel, see how you are doing, what you are doing, what is the value that you are bringing. And for example, it's like the person who are doing hypnotherapy session for quitting smoking. You have people who are doing session at $100, and you have people who are doing session at $500. What is the right price? What is right for you? When you are quitting smoking, a box of cigarette is around $12 or $13. What is the right price for helping you quitting smoking forever? Do you think that $100 is fair? Do you think $500 is more fair? I don't know, but you see, you really need to calibrate on your own business and to price according to the value that you are bringing to your clients. I'm sorry that I cannot give you a more precise answer.
No, it's okay. Thank you so much. It gave me a lot of insight.
Yeah, and pricing too. We're gonna have a pricing workshop again. I don't know if did you come to the last one? Did you come to the last pricing workshop? I can't remember if you were on the last one.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have one next week that's about low high pricing. So Amandine's gonna be on that one too, and it's more of a discussion as well. We'll have a lot more time to discuss on there, and maybe we can discuss it a little deeper on your actual pricing, like maybe your offers and what you have. That'd be a good idea to maybe bring it there next week. I think that'll be great to kind of dig down into that, because I think it's kind of like, what is your offer suite? What are you offering? And let's say it comes to like a 2-day event, right? You have to think of all the expenses that go into it first. Then you have to think of, okay, what's the market doing? Or are there any other similar you know, things that people are doing, like people do masterminds or things like that, that are, many coaches do that in different ways. And so you kind of see, what are they charging? What's kind of the range? And then that all goes back to what Amandine is saying, is that value. You know, what value are you bringing and how in tune are you in with that? Because right, the transformation is different for everyone. And when it's a high level experience like that, kind of what Amandine was saying is, okay, it's one experience is they'll do it once, right? And they'll have huge like they'll have a foundation, a 1-year direction, a 5-year direction, or strategic plan or whatever. So they don't have to do it with somebody 5 times over or find 5 different coaches to get this one outcome, right? And so it comes back to, you know, how would they be, where would they be with this experience, and where would they be without this experience? And kind of gauge what their transformation would be and what the value would be doing that. I think when it comes to coaching, you can definitely see, well, if they find the right coach, they find the one right coach. If they don't, they're going to have to go through 5 or 6 different coaches to figure it out. And when you're talking about Christian, right, your specific audience is Christian, right? They could be, you know, without you, they would find maybe 3 or 5 different coaches that are not Christian or share their values. And they don't know they don't know that's what's wrong with their plan, is not having their Christian values within their business. So take those 2 questions of how they would be without this experience, where would they be with this experience, and that also can help you with the value. And we'll dig down deep into that very similar question next week in the pricing workshop, and I hope you can attend that one, but I hope that helps as well.
Yeah, that was very helpful. Thank you.
Are there any other questions before we get off? I mean, Amandine, I think you're about to finish up and everything. Right, do you have any questions for Amandine around anything luxury? I think we're good to go, Amandine, if you want to finish up and share how everyone can connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to continue this chat, or if you want to get more information, you can find me on my website, by email, on Instagram. This is where I am the most, on Instagram. So do not hesitate to send me a DM. I would be happy to answer you. And you can also find me on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amandine, for being
Thank
on
you.
here today.
Thank you.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And if everyone wants to put their favorite takeaway in the chat, or want to just share real quick of their favorite takeaway from the workshop, that'd be awesome. I'd love to hear what you guys learned in the chat, or speak it out. And then again, there's next week's workshop, and I can put the link in here. If you want to attend that one, you'll get an email notification at the beginning of the week to attend that and put it on your calendar as well. But if anybody wants to share their biggest takeaway, I'd love to hear it.
My biggest takeaway was that luxury brands, you are a trendsetter, as well as you're answering and speaking to people's desires, dreams, and fantasies, and not discussing the pain points.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Awesome. What's that?
Thank you for sharing.
All right. All right, everybody. We will see you on next week's workshop. And if you have any questions about workshops or need any help with the membership, you can go ahead and email us at hello@societygal.com. We're happy to help you and support you. Nick Amelia, it's so great to see you again on the workshop. I hope to see you next week. And then bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.